I just wanted to put together a little video just to show my foundry that I recently built. I just got into metal casting. I've yet to really cast anything other than ingots, but I wanted to show everybody out there that if I can do this, anybody can really build a foundry at home. It really doesn't take too much. Watch a lot of videos, do some reading, be smart, and you can do something that's halfway decent. I took an old propane tank, which most people do, and I built my furnace out of it. I cut the top off, I welded on some legs, put the burner tube in, and spray painted it black. I also used a high temperature refractory and insulating wool blanket to retain the heat so it's more efficient. Uh, so this is the lid, and I made it with this concave shape because I believe that helps with the airflow, creating the swirl. Because you want like this sort of tornado effect inside your furnace, and which will wrap around your crucible and be much more efficient in heating the crucible and the metal up evenly. So if you can see, there's a sort of a indent shape. And those bubbles, those bumps that you see, I covered everything with like a fire brick cement. It's used like a mortar to fix fireplaces and whatnot. I did a skim coat of that just to sort of seal everything up. But I guess there was some moisture still trapped in my refractory and caused it to bubble. But it's all hard now, and it's gone through a couple of firings. And I really tested my limited welding skills with this. They're very ugly, but the paint makes it look all sort of nice. Teaching myself how to MIG weld. I bought a Lincoln MIG welder. And this is the inside. That's my pith that the crucible sits on. And if I was to take this out, you can see I have a hole with some drainage slots in case my crucible fails. It'll have a place to drain. I did make a mistake because I was sort of learning how to do this. My bottom of my furnace is a little uneven, so it's a little tricky to get my crucible to lay even. And you can see that's where the burner tube comes in. And overall, it came out, I was pretty surprised. I mean, I'm kind of handy, but every time I do something, it always seems like I have to do it over and over again before I get it right. And I did make a few mistakes, but overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I do need to make a few tools like lifting tongs and a pouring shank, but one thing at a time. And the other thing that I made was the burner. I'm using propane, and this is what we call a real, R-E-I-L, I believe it's spelled, burner. And I made a choke, and the propane comes in, it goes through this reducer, and just the air forcing it and reducing creates this swirl, which when the propane is ignited, it sounds like a jet flame. I think I actually have a video posted of me testing it out, so you can check that out. Let's see if I can get the inside. Yeah, it's a little dark. But it's a pretty simple setup, just using black pipe and a couple of fittings. Didn't have to weld anything. I used these copper tubes as spacers to keep the tip centered. It's a little hard to see. I'm doing this with one hand while I'm holding the camera with the other. And it goes to a high pressure gauge. It's a pretty simple setup. And what I did is I ground down this area around this reducer, and I did it so that it fits nice and snug in the tube. And I had a little handle right here, but it broke off, and this is the choke, so I'm able to control the flame if I want. Let's say just to warm up and temper my crucible, I can do a nice lazy flame, or have it full blast. And it does roar. It roars pretty loudly. Once again, check out my other video. But that's my setup so far. This is what the Crucible sits on, and it's just the bottom of a soda bottle, and refractory cement made it out of that. But that's my setup. Hopefully when the weather gets a little better and the snow melts, I'll fire this up and make some metal projects.